This is the first time to the Jamaica Young Police channel and you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, please consider subscribing. Like the video. And once you like the video, a pop-up is going to show that it says hype the video. Hype the video. By hyping the video, you're making the video reach others on the YouTube platform. And those of you who have been here with at the Jamaica Young Police channel for years, and you're subscribed and you're not receiving a notification, please unsubscribe and subscribe again. Remember to share the video, because you know that the channel has been an attack by the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization and their surrogates at YouTube. You have seen it for yourself, where they have even distorted my voice, trying to turn me into American. And I'm not. When I say American, I'm talking, speaking like an American. I'm not an American. I'm a Jamaican by birth, and I'm proud of my Jamaican accent, not changing it for anything in the world. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, in the midst of life, we are in debt. Every one of us enter this world with a beginning, and every one of us will one day reach an end. Whether or not you want to believe it, whether you're fearful or not, life is temporary, and death is the one appointment no human being can escape. None of us, rich, poor, or indifference. There's an old saying, whatever a man sows, that he shall also reap. Another says, those who live by the sword often die by the sword. Or we can say, those who live by the gun often die by the gun. That's how when you're wicked. When you're not wicked, you don't die by the gun if you live by it. God makes sure that you leave this world in a natural state. Natural causes, take you back home. Not no gunshot, as my, as you have, I have seen with many former police officers who have done excellent work when they were alive, and they just depart this earth. So you know that they were doing God's work unhurt. Yeah, like my partner, the great Bobby Reds. Throughout history, many lives have ended violently, reminding us that the choices we make can carry consequences, not only for ourselves, but for our families and communities. As for Jerome Cunningham's death, authorities continue to investigate what happened. Many questions remain, and people have expressed different opinions about the circumstances. Ultimately, it will be for our investigators and the evidence to determine who was responsible and whether anyone close to him play a role. And if you believe, if you have critical thinking, and those who are in his organization would know that he was betrayed by someone inside his organization, someone very close to him, that they had set him up. But the police won't be able to scratch that surface unless when the killers are caught, they will give up the person who had hired them and sent them to kill them. Until those findings are established, it is important to distinguish between documented facts, allegation, and personal opinions. And those who are from Jamaica know how street code or criminality operates. Nothing happened in a vacuum. Today, the funeral program tells us that Jerome Cunningham's earthly journey is coming to its final chapter. His family has chosen to lay him to rest in North Carolina, where loved ones will gather to say their final goodbyes. For those who believe in the afterlife, this is also a moment to reflect on what comes after death. Different faiths answer that question in different ways. Christians believe that each person ultimately stands before God. Others hold different beliefs after the passing about the soul and what follows this life. Whatever one's belief, a funeral reminds us that our time on earth is limited. It challenges each of us to ask a simple but profound question. What legacy will I leave behind when my own final journey comes? As for people like Jerome, they want people to know say them are wicked man. And they will kill you. They will make you disappear. They will make you dead. They don't want you to know say them have no love inside of them or anything godly. They want you to think about them like them are Satan. Wickedness increase. Man a bad man, man a wicked man, man a take no talk. Mark 11, mark for kill and destroy. That is a question every person must answer, not with words, but with the life they choose to live. And please, before we go any further, let's tell us where you're watching this video from. If you're watching it from New York, California, New Jersey, Connecticut, Florida, Jamaica, England, wherever. Me a pen, when I'm saying me a pen and a play a pen. But a man choose a life that he wants to live. As I said before, I have never met an honest criminal in my life. Never met one. And Jerome was betrayed by a criminal in his organization. And the two person, it has to do with politics and drugs. To debunk the Mexican killing Jerome with facts from LAPD, who have made a press release. Normally the police in Los Angeles, normally with murder, they do not release the race of the killers. And that's what happened. I always remember that in the midst of life, we are in debt. Those who live by the sword die by the sword. These sayings have endured because they remind us that our choices can have lasting consequences. Many questions remain about the circumstances surrounding his death. Authorities continue to investigate, and it is for the investigators and evidence to determine exactly what happened and who, if anyone, bears criminal responsibility. Jerome, his case reminds us of a broader reality. Criminal organizations are built on secrecy, deception, fear, and self-interest. Trust is often fragile in environments where dishonesty is part of daily life. I'm just going to talk about one of my cousins from East Kingston. Back in the day, the man was brigadier status, and he always up on the police radar. And he was in America back in the crack epidemic in the United States, and made millions, and was coming back to Jamaica to retire, spend his money, and live happily thereafter. All of the men them around him, they were all from East Kingston and jungle, because it's all politics and gangsterism. And the person that he trusts the most was the one who put a bullet in the back of his head, kill him, and they are the same ones who buried him. History has shown that people involved in organized crime have sometimes been betrayed by associates, rivals, or informants. That broader pattern is well documented, even though the facts of any individual case must be established through evidence. So when I tell people all the time that there is no honest criminal, people think that I'm just saying that because I do not like criminal. That's a fact. That is why I often said that integrity matters. Honest relationships are built on trust, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. Criminal enterprises, by their very nature, often lack those foundations. Jerome made his own decision in life, just as every adult does. His first rodeo with the law was in 1986 when he was arrested and charged with murder, along with 4 other men, for killing one of his friends and took away a .38 revolver from him. His friend, one of his friends, 40 years ago. So time caught up with him. 40 years. Oh, whether or not you want to believe it, one day we will all die. We are not the giver of life, but some people love to take other people's lives. What goes around comes around. Life is a circle. You can kill people, but you're doing God's work. Because if you read the Bible, most of the genocide, the majority of the first genocides were committed by God, the creator of heaven and earth. He instructed people to get rid of other people because they were evil. And that sometimes God wants his people to get rid of other people to give them land. It's in the Bible. Today, Jerome's final journey ends in North Carolina rather than Jamaica. So there's not going to be any bashment, no big bashment for Witter or any other funeral one in Clarendon or Bright Light. They're going to just have a regular funeral for him in the United States of America. And they're doing it in a red state. Because they know in the red state, killing someone in a red state, they get the death penalty. His family has chosen to lay him to rest there. And that decision deserves respect. Because the wife and children know that it's someone within the organization. But as time goes by, we're going to let you know step by step as we continue to gather more information and intelligence. For the rest of us, the list is not simply about one man. It's about asking ourselves a much more important question. When our final journey comes, what will people say about the life we lived? As for me, people can say, boy is a boy. Him not like criminal, and him not like criminal police. Him expose them, and enough people not like him. Some people do. And him always receive death threat. People always want to kill him. From him a police until now. I'm afraid. Him say I want life him have. At least die for, dead for something, man. Imagine if we have a Jamaica like a Singapore. In life, most things always start by one person. So if I'm going to be that person who help change Jamaica, so be it. But Ragashan to say it's not going to change unless the people them up at the top want to change, because they are the real criminals. But I'm still trying at least to the poor man, the look up man down there. Will they remember that we help others, stood for truth, respected the law, and treated people with dignity? Or will they remember us for violence, deception, and destruction? That is a question each of us answer, not with our words, but with the life we choose to live in every single day. I do believe in treating people just the way I want to be treated, with respect, dignity. I respect my rights and my life, and I respect yours. There are moments in life that force us to stop, reflect, and ask difficult questions. Not about politics, not about money, not about fame, but about life itself. Today we are looking at the final journey of a man whose name has generated headlines, conversations, opinions, and controversy across Jamaica and the Jamaican diaspora. Jerome Cunningham. Mapen Jerome, Rome. Born on June 27th, 1966. His life came to an end on July 3rd, 2026 in Los Angeles, California. Now, according to the funeral program, Jerome will not be buried in Jamaica, the country of his birth. So there won't be no celebration, no bashment and no music. Even that them change in Jamaica. No reverence. So them just send you off straight to Jamaica Hell when you're dead at Jamaica. Nothing reverence, nothing religious. There's this all dirty music. Man for dead, and is a dead man in my bury. Man for dead, rude boy, and I see gunshot we bust up in an informer head. Nothing in a Jim Reeve and when them sing all of the gospel song, them who remember back in the days where they had the cemetery, and a funeral, and you hear the music blaze from the earth, and when it come or you hear the country and you hear the earth come up and the music play, and you hear people start holler. No, in a Jamaica, them change it from, I play music and get a skin out, and wow, I tell you, no reference. So maybe, the wife decides, no, when I got a road there, we know, say, somebody inside of the organization set up my husband, make them kill him. And cat. People say, you do nothing about cat. We soon talk about cat. Jerome are the real deal. Jerome are the one who everybody know. Everybody knows a cat are crook, thief, and then cat just come back from prison. We soon talk about cat. So instead, his final resting place will be in Pineville, North Carolina, where his homegoing service, burial, and repast are scheduled. That alone has caused many Jamaicans to ask, why America? Was this Jerome's wish? Was it his family's decision? Yes, that his family, his wife and children know that it was someone who was in the party. And we soon give them the hint and make them find out that for themselves. Because it's so easy. Easy. Did the circumstances make America the obvious choice? The funeral program tells us where Jerome will be buried, but it does not tell us why. So them have them reason why them do that. And the wife she's protecting herself and the children because she don't know who is the real killer, not the person who pulled the trigger. So today, instead of spreading rumors or inventing explanation, we are going to examine what is documented, what is publicly known, and what this final journey teaches every one of us. Because in the end, whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. Whether you are rich or poor, loved or hated, powerful or powerless, every one of us will take a final journey. The only question is, what legacy will we leave behind? Stay with me until the very end. Every journey has an ending. Every human being begins life the same way. We are born, we learn to crawl, we learn to walk, we learn to talk, we dream, we struggle, we celebrate victories, we suffer defeats, we make friends, we make enemies, we build careers. Some become famous, others remain unknown, but there is one destination every human being eventually reaches: death. Death. There's no escaping death. Jerome Cunningham's story reminds us that no matter how exciting, controversial, successful or difficult a life may be, every journey eventually reaches its final chapter. That reality is uncomfortable, but it is also one of life's greatest teachers. The official funeral program confirms several facts. Jerome's homegoing service is scheduled for Sunday, July 26, 2026. His burial will take place afterwards, not in Jamaica, but in North Carolina. Those are documented facts. What the funeral program does not explain is why that location was chosen. It is important to distinguish between facts and assumptions. Responsible discussion begins by recognizing that difference. Why families choose burial locations. Across the world, families make burial decisions for many different reasons. Sometimes it is because the deceased had made his wishes known. Sometimes it is because close relatives live nearby. Sometimes practical considerations such as cost, travel, immigration papers, or existing family burial plots influence the decision. Sometimes cultural or religious traditions play a role. Without a public statement from Jerome's family, any specific explanation would be speculation. Respecting that boundary is part of respecting the family during a time of loss. Jamaica never leaves you. For many Jamaicans living overseas, Jamaica remains home in their hearts. The accent never truly disappears. The memories never disappear. The food, the music, the culture, the laughter, the pain, they remain. Yet after decades abroad, many also build deep roots in another country. Children are born there, businesses are established, friendships grow, communities are formed. How can someone who has so many friends, all it took was one person to betray him and he's gone? After all his years, over 4 decades of committing crime, and this is the end. Home can come to mean more than one place. A life that sparked debate. Jerome Cunningham's life attracted strong opinions. Some remember him fondly, others criticize aspects of his life. As a known murderer, killer, Dan, drug dealer, dishonest, deceptive, immoral, and you could go on and on. Public figures often leave behind mixed legacies. After someone dies, it is reasonable to discuss documented facts about their public life. But it is equally important to avoid turning grief into speculation. The final journey begins and belongs to every person. No matter who you are, one day out of the 7, someone will write our obituary. Someone will select our photograph. Someone will choose the songs. Someone will organize a funeral. Someone will stand before family and friends and speak about the life we lived. The question each of us should ask is, what will they say? Money cannot buy more time. Many people spend decades chasing wealth. There's nothing wrong with working hard or providing for one's family. But every fortune has a limit. Every bank account has a final balance. No amount of money can purchase extra heartbeat when life's journey reaches its natural conclusion. Violence leaves more than victims. When life ends through violence, The pain extends far beyond the individual. Families grieve. Some people never get over it. Some people it traumatizes them for years, decades, especially children, wife, girlfriends, baby mothers. Children grow up without parents. Parents bury children. Friends ask what could have been done differently. Communities lose trust. Violence echo long after the headline fade. So Jerome cousin and all those people who love him, cry because they lose a man that they love. This was a killing that was planned from December 5th, 2026. And we have done a video about the same. And we haven't finished the other part of the video. Many people think funerals are for the deceased. In reality, funerals also serve those left behind, give them closure. They allow loved ones to mourn, to remember, to support one another, to begin healing. That's why I have some people, if they don't attend a funeral of them loved one, they'll never get over it. What legacy matters most? When people remember us years from now, what will stand out? Will it be our possessions, our status, our mistakes, or our kindness? Legacy is built day by day through choices, relationships, and the way we treat each other. A lesson for the living. Jerome Cunningham's final journey is a reminder that life is fragile. Every conversation with a loved one may matter. Every opportunity to forgive may matter. Every chance to help another person may matter. We do not know how many tomorrows we have. But one day, the tomorrow will come to an end. So those who kill Jerome celebrate, the pump fish, talk things over the phone, and how they were able to achieve killing this man. As we said before and we say again, when you have people who are even your enemies, them are, as I said before and I say again, I don't understand how a man, for instance, just like Jerome have him police friend them, and Jerome police friend them is friend with one of the architect, the person who's behind it, the killing of Jerome. That is Kevin Tiliba Roberts. How them do it? If you know, say, you and Jerome are big friend, who don't live like brother, and then now the man who planned this thing from last year, along with the other man, we soon tell you about Prento and Nankopal and all of these things, all them get this thing together for kill him. But to the police officers, one Jerome a friend, how you feel now if you know, say, this was a warning that was sent out by me December 6th, and you never try to find out where this is coming from and why. A man can get 100 or 200 grand, and you take that and that alone make you ignore what you have seen, and now your friend is gone. I see me as a former police officer, a former detective, I could never be friends with a man like Jerome. Reason being, I know for a fact that Jerome is a killer. Where him kill people. Him pull the trigger, or he's the architect behind it. Life is precious. And these people believe that if them can't catch Kwaku, them catch him shot. Many innocent people get caught up in them foolishness because of feelings. They want to hurt the other person more. So then we kill all 8 and 9 of them family friends. because them can't catch a person them want for or for kill. So them kill, make the person cry. Says that all about feelings, nothing to do with substance. The official funeral program tells us where Jerome Cunningham's earthly journey will end. It does not tell us every detail of his life, nor every reason behind his family's decisions. Those are matter for those closest to him. That's their business. What his story can remind all of us is something universal. Life is temporary, time is precious. Every day presents another opportunity to live with integrity, extend grace to others, and leave behind memories that those we love will cherish. Whether a person is buried in Jamaica, America, Canada, England, or anywhere else, the location of the grave is only one part of the story. The greater question is the one each of us should ask ourselves. When my journey comes, what kind of legacy will I leave behind? I can tell you, Jerome have enemies like black soap. The amount of people who rejoice that he is dead, vice versa, and you have more people, even police, cry say him dead, because he used to take care of many people. If today's discussion causes you to reflect, share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. Let us remember that behind every funeral announcement is a grieving family, and conversations about loss are best approached with compassion as well as commitment to the facts. Every time you see Jerome, I have every photograph this man has taken, he's smiling. So he was the happy person in life, although he was a criminal. Didn't have that criminal look when I say serious and always a smile. You know that he's gone. 60 years old. Lived very long for a gangster. But rifle had tapped that. Judge Bank tapped all of them. My cousin tapped them too. And I can others tap it. Those are men who have been committing crimes, some in the 70s. So Jerome, final destination is announced. So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.